came as somewhat of a shock that I could run to be a plus-size model according to the American modeling industries, but really it depends on which pair of pants I wear. Varying brands run differently. Maybe beauty really is in the eye of the beholder, or designer, each with their own particular standards. I will always strive to be closer and closer to the number one, but never at anybody's zero. I wouldn't want to take it too far. In some brands, I could be accepted as thin, while in others, my measurements still carry an inch too much of skin, but perhaps thick skin doesn't have to be such a bad thing. After all, I hear some boys like them thick. And that's the point of beauty anyways, right? Women's bodies are considered a canvas. We are works of art, products of a physically and sexually driven society resulting from the ever-prominent patriarchy. But if women are art, then women are objects, and every object needs a subject, but perhaps I do not want to be objectified by your subjective interpretation of my body. But perhaps I do not want to be objectified by your subjective interpretation of my body. Many seem to forget it is, after all, my body. CNN recently published a report on a beautiful plus-size model who carried a positive outlook on herself. While her attitude was unquestionably empowering, I couldn't help but notice that this was a reflection of the world in which we live. A world in which a woman openly loving her body is something so rare it is considered a phenomenon worth reporting, something so uncommon we have to label it as bold. But really, everyone is to blame, as both men and women alike continue to perpetuate the standards of a dehumanized female archetype. So let's take a look back. Here is a picture of the progression of the human race. At first, a woman could not even show her face. The face was considered too much of a temptation. Men needed assistance in controlling their animal-like urges. And as we progress, we come across Victorian-era dress, long sleeves, long skirts, just a little bit of chest, but only enough to suggest that the woman in the dress could be sexually addressed. And as we move forward, we come across the modern American woman. She is wearing less and less and less, skin exposed from any and every angle. But now we say, at least there is a choice in how much a woman will show her audience. Once again, we find the female body is still considered little more than a show. Do you notice a pattern here? The image on the surface has continually changed, a mirage of fashions claiming to fashion our views, but the underlying attitudes have failed to progress. It seems there is no outfit quite conservative or liberal enough. No hairstyle modest or extravagant enough. No attitudes quite submissive or dominant enough for us to get the respect as equals that we deserve. It seems there are few conversations quite progressive or intellectual enough for us to finally be viewed as people, not simply women. Thank you.